If you're creating YouTube videos or plan to start, you should know that the title and thumbnail of your videos are incredibly important, because if they don't get someone to click on them to view your video, it doesn't matter how good the content of your video is, because they will simply never see it. In this video, I'm going to quickly show you how you can easily create a custom thumbnail for your YouTube videos using free software. Let's do this. Hey guys, it's Kevin at TrueLift Digital Marketing, where our aim is to help you provide value to your customers and clients through solid marketing so that you can help more people. Let's jump right into it. Okay, so here I am in the video manager for the TrueLift Digital channel, and I just uploaded this video just a few minutes ago, how to get $100 in free Google Ads credits. And essentially I'm at this right at the beginning here. I haven't put a description or really I've put, I guess, a title, but no tags or anything yet. But at the first stage, basically, I want to put in a custom thumbnail. So what YouTube does is it automatically takes images from your videos, like this one here, or the one that it's already chosen here, or this one, and you can set those as your thumbnail. But what I'm actually going to try to do is do a custom thumbnail and show you how to do that inside of Canva. So I'm going to actually look to do a custom thumbnail. But before I do that, I just want to quickly mention that if you don't see this custom thumbnail button here, that just means that you haven't enabled it yet. If you go to the top right of your screen and click on your profile image, and then click on the gear icon to the right of Creator Studio, you will be taken to a screen like this. Simply go below Your Account and click on View Additional Features, and then just look for the box that says Custom Thumbnails. If, like this monetization box above, it says eligible, that means you are eligible for custom thumbnails. You just need to click on Enable in your custom thumbnail box and you should be all set. So going back to my video manager then, like I said, I'm going to click on Custom Thumbnail. But before I do that, I'm just going to open up that Canva program and show you that. Go to canva.com and hit Enter. Now, for me, I'm already basically logged in because I'm always kind of logged into this. But for you, if this is your first time here, you're going to have to create an account, and they're free. So go ahead and do that. It should be pretty self-explanatory. There'll be a link on the page somewhere. And then once you have your account, you'll find an area something like this. So within Canva, you've got a whole bunch of options, and you can use it for various things. It doesn't have to just be your thumbnail. So you can use it for if you're doing Facebook ads, and you have a creative that you want to design, or the same thing with Google ads. And basically there's a whole bunch of different uses that you can use it for, but I'll just show you the thumbnail for today. So first thing you need to do is basically choose your size. So if we go to this plus sign and hit the More button, that's going to give you a bunch of different options depending on what you're trying to do. So for me, and actually I guess we can scroll through those just to show you kind of what different options are available to you. There's a whole bunch of things that you can obviously do inside of here, but for my purposes here, I would probably just use the custom dimensions. And for that, for me, I would choose kind of standard size YouTube stuff, which is like 1920 by 1080. And then you've got, you know, kind of a 1080p size picture. And then you would just hit design. For my purposes though, I've already got a kind of a spot where I keep all my thumbnails. So I'm not going to hit the design button, but if you did, it would basically give you a blank canvas, and I'll kind of show you what that looks like. So I'm just going to X out of this for now for myself, and I'm going to go back to my designs. And kind of this video 3 here, I'm going to click on this one because this is all my thumbnails here for my YouTube videos. And let that load. And so if you've been on my the TrueLift Digital channel, you would have seen probably these thumbnails before. These are basically for the videos I've produced so far. I'll just scroll down to the bottom, and we're just going to click on Add a New Page. And it's basically a blank canvas. So if I go to File now, you can see that the size of this is 1920 by 1080. So that's the same size that you would probably be starting on for yourself. So the next thing that I probably want to do is put in some sort of logo. And Google AdWords recently changed to Google Ads. So the logo that I would want to pull in would be the Google Ads logo. So I would just go, basically I would just Google like Google Ads, Google Ads image or something like that. And then I would go to the Images tab up here. And like something like this would be kind of what I would be looking for. Now you have to be careful too. There's copyright and so forth. that you have to be aware of. You can't just copy anybody's images. I've already got this image, so I'm not going to go here. So maybe this is just an example that you could use for other images that you were looking for if you wanted to basically bring them into Canva. So for me, I've already got that image, so I'm just going to get out of here. And I'm going to go to Uploads on the left side, and I've already got it uploaded there. So if you needed to upload it, you'd basically hit the Upload Your Image, and you would pull it from wherever it is that you have it on your saved in your hard drive. I've got a bunch of images here. So I'm just going to cancel that, and I'm going to double click this to pull it into my canvas. Now I'm just going to increase the size of that and center it. If you kind of move it, it'll give you those, I don't know if those are called hash marks or whatever, but it'll basically show you that that's kind of centered. So now for my thumbnail, I would basically want to communicate that there's the ability to get $100 in free Google Ads credits. And so just kind of roughly in my brain, I haven't given this a lot of thought. I'm not trying to say that I'm an expert in thumbnails by any stretch. I'm just trying to show you basically how to use Canva to create some of these things for yourself. So be free, obviously, to use your creativity and your creative license there. But with Google Ads, I would probably want to say something. I want to add some text to this, and I'll make it a headline if I click on Add Headline. And then I'm not going to be able to see what it writes there, so I'm going to try and drag that to the side. And for this headline, I'm just going to write, I'm going to highlight it, and I'm just going to put $100 because it's basically going to say $100 and then Google Ads and then credit on the other side. So I'm going to add a heading and put that on the other side, drag it over there, and then it's going to say $100 Google AdWords, and then this is going to say credit. Okay. And then I'll probably say get your credit. So I'll just add that heading in as well, and that'll go somewhere up at the top, maybe centered even, something like that. And we'll just say get your, kind of like a little bit of a call to action. So boom, we've got kind of get your $100 Google Ads credit. Now, the image that I have here is it's not transparent. It's not a PNG, meaning that this kind of white, I don't have the ability to kind of get rid of that. I'm sure there's programs that can do that, but rather than do that, I would probably want my background just to be white, or I could basically frame this. I could put a box around it and so forth. I've done that in a few of my thumbnails, but let's just say, for example, that rather than do that, or basically if I did make this all white, then you're not going to see this text. So what I want to do is I want to find out what these particular colors are, and then basically make these text images, or the text part of this thumbnail, into those kind of colors. So the way to find out what kind of colors these are, if you're in Firefox, which I'm in right now, if you just click on this button down the side and then drop down to Web Developer and then up to Eyedropper, you get that thing. If you can see it on the far left side, it'll swing all over the page. But you just basically go over whatever color it is that you want, and you can see what the code is there. That's called the hex code, 2886DC. So if I click on that, it's actually going to paste that, or it's going to copy it rather. And then I keep all my stuff in OneNote. So I've already got that image there. So I've just basically copied the blue code. So I'm just going to paste that in here so that I've got a reference. And then I'm going to go back and get the yellow code. So I'm going to do the same thing, go down to Web Developer and Eyedropper, and I'm going to put that over the yellow, and it says FFBEE, whatever it was there, and I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to paste that here. So I got that for reference. I'm going to go back and get the green. Same deal, go to Web Developer, up to Eyedropper, and hover over the green. Now I'm actually sure there is a way to put that into your browser, this Eyedropper component, without having to go to Web Developer and all the rest of it. And I think I did have that before, but I'm not sure where it is now. Okay, and if you were using, I should add too, if you were using Chrome, if you just Google, here's my website, but if you Google chrome.google.com and then or eyedropper/Chrome, you'll basically end up on a page like this, and then you'll have the ability to add that to your Chrome, which is basically going to place that up here. Mine's already added, so I can't show you that, but let's just go back, for argument's sake, go back to my website. And if I click on this extension here, or this add-on in the top, it kind of gives you a sense of what all the colors are on this particular page. But if you wanted to pick specific colors, and you can use this, of course, for anything, but you would just click on that to pick the color, and say I wanted to see what this blue was down here. You just place your little square box there on it. And you can see that it's got the RGB code, red, green, blue code on the bottom, and it's also got the hex code. And so if I click on that and I go back up to this eyedropper in the top, this is the code, or at least this is the hex code. And then it's got the RGB and whatever. So I would copy that and do the same thing that I did inside of Firefox. But anyway, let's just go back to Firefox. So now we're back in this thumbnail view here on this canvas. So I'm going to make this 100. I'm going to change that. I'm going to make that kind of like money. I'll make it green. So let's go back to my colors. I got to take my green color, which is 00B155. I'm going to copy that. Control C, go back here, and it's going to hit this plus sign, and then I'm just going to change the code of that by pasting in that other one. I'll hit enter, and now my $100 is green. This one I'll probably make blue, so I got to go find my blue code. There's the blue code. I'm going to copy that, Command C or Control C if you're on a PC, and go there and hit the plus sign and change the code for that to blue. Enter and off that, and this one I'll make the yellow. Pull that yellow code. If I can get my cursor right, copy it back here and add the color, add the plus sign, and change the code. Okay, so now we got 3 colors. Now I can actually change the background of this. So I'm just going to go over to here, click on background, and go to this white one here, click on that. Okay. So now it's starting to look, it's pretty plain, but it's something. So let's see. I'm just going to change this size. I'm going to bump this up to an 80. I'm going to bump this credit up, do the same thing. Bump that size up to an 80. And then I'll probably change the size of this logo. Might as well make it a little bigger. And try and center that on the page. That's centered on the page. And then I'll take this one, and I'm going to basically center it between the image and kind of the left side of the page, which is right about there. And you'll notice that I'm going to do the same thing with this side. It kind of gives you these like hash marks in the middle, kind of telling you that it's in line with the other side. These are the same font sizes, so they should be pretty similar. Okay. So now it basically says, get your $100 Google Ads credit. Looks a little tight, but then you can kind of play with things too. This looks a little too vanilla, so maybe I want to, rotate it a bit and then drag it off to the side. Something like that. So just kind of looking at this, I say, well, it's kind of plain. There's a lot of white space to this. So what I think I'll probably do is I'll just show you what I'll do. It's probably easier just to show you. I'm going to straighten that out, and I'm going to add on the side, I'm going to add an element. I'm going to go to shapes, and I'm just going to drag this free square over here, and I'm going to basically move it to the top. Whoops, went a little far. Move it to the top and then go all the way across the top. Maybe raise it up a bit here, and I'm going to change the color of that to, I think this is the same blue, 2886 DC. If not, I can go back here and just make sure. Go here, whoops, and copy that. Control C or Command C, go back and add that. Put that in there. Yeah, that was the same one. Okay. Okay, so that is there. Now this, you'll notice that it's the blue bar now is covering it. So I want to change the text color of that for one, change that to white so that it shows up against the background. Sometimes you have to scroll down. Okay, I'll go click off that. But now the text is there, but it's hidden behind it. So what I need to do is go to the arrange and push that. Actually, that should go forward. And then that text should show up on top. Now I could center it. I'm actually going to put it just a bit to the left. And there's little kind of hash marks there. They're showing you that it's centered between the top and the bottom. So as soon as I get it to that position, that's basically where I want to be. And I think I'll probably add one of those blue bars to the bottom. If I click on the blue bar and I copy it and paste it, so Control V or Control C to copy it and Control V to paste it, or Command V if you're on something else. And that's kind of looking a little bit better. Get your $100 Google Ads credit. You can change that, there's lots you can change here. If I wanted to change this, I can make that Airlawn heavy, for example. Or maybe I think I got to highlight it. I think I did that right. Okay. Anyway, that's kind of the gist of it. And that's kind of how I produce my thumbnails, at least. Not saying, I just want to show you how to use Canva to basically produce yours. So now what I would do, this is number 26 because I've got a whole bunch. I would just download this file. To do that, so I know this is number 26, I go to download, I click on that. And then usually I'll do mine in PNG form, which allows sometimes transparencies or whatever. It's just a decent quality type of image. But I'm not going to do all images because it's going to take all 26. So I'm just going to click on that extra radio button and put number 26, and I'm going to download that. It'll take a couple seconds to do that. And I'm going to save that file. If you're on a PC, your user interface might be a little bit different, but that's the gist of it. And then I'm going to go back to YouTube, and then I'm going to set my custom thumbnail. I'm just going to click on that. And I'm going to go to my downloads. I basically get to find where your file is. It's saved as video 3, even though it's not video 3, but that's the one that I want. And that's it. Then I would basically hit Save Changes, and now my thumbnail will become basically this down here. So hopefully that helped you in terms of how to use Canva to do your thumbnails for your YouTube videos. But like I said, you can basically use it for anything, and in fact I do. I've used it for ebooks, social media posts, Facebook ads, blog images, social media cover photos, etc. Which brings us to the question of the day, which is, what free or paid resources have you used to accomplish your image creation tasks? Leave a message in the comments below so others can get ideas, and we can all share our knowledge to help make us all better marketers and business owners. If you like this video and would like to see more like this to help move your business forward, if you haven't already, I welcome you to hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so that you can be made aware of new videos as they come out. Thanks for watching, take care of yourself and your loved ones, and we'll see you next time.